Hi all, I'm Raghav and this is my Unity Fundamentals Self-Round-2 Part 2 Assignment 2. So today I'm going to discuss about the following three questions. What is animation state, animation events, and transition between animation states. Second is what is the use case of any state in animation state machine. And third is what is the default state in animation state machine. So what is animation state? So an animation state represents a specific animation or set of animations that object or character can be in during a game. So there are various animation states character can be in, like a character can be idle, character can be walking, jumping, etc. So all these specific animation clips are also known as animation states. Second is animation events. So animation events refers to specific point in animation timeline that triggers a custom function or action during the gameplay or animation sequence. So as you can see over here, there is a player. I've selected it and I've attached two scripts to the player. First is health manager and second is player controller script. I can just add an animation event by just selecting the timeline where I want to add the animation event, and also have to select that particular animation, and then I have to just click on add event button, and it will just add an event, and then I can select a particular function which I want to execute during this particular time frame. So this animation events can be seen in fighting games like Street Fighter, where when particular punch or kick just when a player punches or kicks, a particular trigger is happen at that time. So it can also be seen in an archery game when the player just shoots a arrow and then player just draws the arrow and it will shoot the arrow. The arrow will move forward, leaving the bow. So next is what is a default state? What is a transition between animation states? So transition between animation states refers to switching from one animation to another based on specific conditions or triggers. So over here you can see that when my player is in idle state, it is just switching from idle to run state, and the condition over here is that yeah, when my speed is greater than 0.5, then it will go from idle state to run state. So this is an animation transition. So the player will only go from idle to run when my speed variable is greater than 0.5. So we can set our parameters from this plus arrow button over here. There and just select the parameter which you want to use to set an animation transition. So next question is what is the use of any state? So any state in animation refers to specific state that serve as transition or entry point from multiple states, allowing for a more flexible animation flow. It is useful when you want to define common transitions that should occur regardless of current state. It allows creating global transitions such as transition from idle to any other states when certain conditions are met. Uh, this simplifies the state machine setup and provides a centralized way to handle the specific transition across multiple states. Uh, for example, also we can see that there is an any state over here, and suppose I want to like create a jump animation that it can player can jump from any state, like player is walking and it can jump, or player is running and it can jump, player is idle and it can jump. So I just made a transition from any state to player jump, and from player jump it is just going back to player idle. So that's the use case of any state. It's just like a global state from which any trigger can happen. The last is what is the default state. So the default state in animation refers to initial state that object or character enters when animation starts or resets. it serves as a starting point or a baseline animation before specific state or transition is triggered. Like you can see this orange box over here. Like when player enters the game, it will just be in idle state. Okay, so uh, this orange box represents that it is our default state. So we can also change our default state, but just by if I want that my player should not be in idle mode, player should start as player should run when it starts. So I can just right click on my player run and click on the set as set layer default state, and this will be set as default state instead of player idle. Back. That's all. Thank you.